What's up, guys? It is Maxwell Comics Inc. I'm your host, Maxwell. Today we are going to be talking about RWBY Volume 6 predictions. Well, not predictions, but my kind of hopes for Volume 6, what I want. So that's a thing. So pretty much I'm going to go through the different things that want to happen between different people. Who would I want to kiss who's going to smash who's going to fight who. I want all of this realness. This might be a little bit of a rambling thing, but, it's what I need. And I'm also going to try to play some RWBY Grim Eclipse while at it, because I'm trying to be on my Cal accent. I'm on my Cal accent bullshit today. So we're gonna try to rip off Cal accent and play RWBY while we're talking about RWBY. But it's an inspiration. So while I'm trying to connect and whatnot, first things first, let's talk about Team RWBY. Now, Team RWBY, they just got to back together. They need to hash things out. They need to talk. They need to go through all their things because they've been apart so long. Like, now they are established entities of themselves. Like Crow, entity by himself. Ty, entity by himself. Raven, entity by herself. Ozfit, like all these different huntsmen and huntnesses have the they have their own presence as a huntsman or a huntress or an individual or a hero or a villain. But when it comes to freaking the RWBY girls and the Juniper people, they don't seem to have that because they are students and whatnot. But yeah, we got the RWBY clips, we got the film clips screening. But yeah, so the first things first, let's talk about them interacting and recovering from this journey that they've all been on. As people. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure this shit was going well. So number one, Blake is the biggest factor. Blake's the one that's always missing. Blake's always the one running away. It's always RWBY, Weiss, and Yang. Where's Blake? Blake's running away. Blah, 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 blah. But let's talk about Blake. She's been gone. She's the only one that no one really knew where she was. Everyone knew Weiss was an Atlas. Everyone knew that RWBY was, going on her Mistral quest, maybe except for Weiss. But people knew that RWBY was going on her Mistral quest. People knew Yang was at home with her little no-arm self. People knew I was in that, you know what I mean? The only thing people knew about Blake is that Blake ran away. That's the only thing people really knew about Blake. Other than that, it was really nothing. So, she has some explaining to do. She has to be like, okay, I was in Menagerie, I was Shang, saving my family, stopping Horse and Finnick, blah, 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 blah. I had to, save my friend darkness of her own self. She has some explaining to do. And then also, we have to learn, we have to have RWBY and RWBY and everyone kind of explain the dynamic. Like Salem and Cinder and Emerald and Mercury and Fall of Beacon and Fall of, Haven. And because Blake has thought that, Blake and Son have thought that this is just a White Fang issue. But it's not just a White Fang issue. It is a Salem is using the White Fang as pawns issue. That's the issue. Like, the White Fang is small potatoes in the grand scheme of all of this foolishness. Sorry about the really poor stream quality, guys. Stream quality is not on par today. Not on fleek. The stream is not living its best life. But hey, technical difficulties happen. But let's ignore the stream. And I'm not ignoring it. I'm trying to get it back on track. But let's talk about freaking... What were we talking about? Yeah, we're talking about explaining the situation of Blake and her family. They're all in the room. I want a big. What I'm most excited for is like in the first episode is everyone comparing notes. What is the White Flame been doing? What has Cinder been doing? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? You know what I mean? And I think no one really knows what happened to Cinder. I think Yang just assumes that her mom beat Cinder, but excuse me. Other than that, we don't really know what happened to her. But I mean, it's alright. Cinder is not living her best life at all. Like, she's living her worst life. She got beat again by a girl in red. But it wasn't Ruby. It was freaking Raven. People are actually mad that some people are mad that Raven is the one that took down Cinder and not Ruby. I I kind of see what they're talking about, but at this level, Ruby she would have lost. Ruby was not gonna win against Cinder, but hey, that's not what we're talking about at the moment. So yeah, after they do that, they're gonna have to establish a mission or like teams. I don't expect all bajillion characters to go to Mistral. Someone to go to Atlas. Someone is going to stay behind. Whether that be Sun and Ilya, or whether that be Team Juniper, or whether that be, parents. I'm pretty sure the parents are not gonna come. But Crow, Oscar, they're involved. They have to go. Team Ruby, they're back together. They have to go. Team Juniper, they don't have to go. We have a four. We have the team. But I don't want to leave them behind because they've been with us from the beginning. So it would be a little, wrong of me to expect Team Juniper to, get its life together. We're gonna stop streaming for a second. And then, try to connect again. But yeah. Yeah, anyway. So after we do all of that, the next step is personal relationships within Team RWBY. For example, Blake and Yang. Let's talk about Blake and Yang. Blake and Yang have issues. Yang accepted Blake's apology in the heat of the moment. And now she needs like a confrontation, like, girl, sis, I lost an arm for you when you left me. What is that about, sis? And, Blake is gonna have to explain. I mean, she will have already explained to the group in my, analysis of what I think is gonna happen or what I want to happen. But I mean, more in terms of Yang. Like, I want that, oh, I never meant to leave you, and I'm sorry that I left you, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, that's not, I guess how it's gonna go. I want there to be like, so Unicorn of War was actually like she wants a fight to happen. While Bumblebee's fine. I'm pretty sure that was the Bumblebee part was a joke, but yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to a fight. I wouldn't be like if they actually fought. I actually thought when Yang first saw Blake that in Volume 5 that she was gonna punch her. I thought I had this idea that okay, if they see each other, Yang is gonna get so enraged. Oh, I actually had this theory that in Armed and Ready when she was like, I'll bring the punishment, your son will be lament, revenge my happy ever after. I was like, she's probably talking about Adam. But I was like, what if she's talking about Blake? Like, what if she's talking about like going after Blake? Stream is not living its best life at all. Let's cut the stream. Let's just cut the stream. Maybe come back to it later. Maybe it could have a better life, and let's just go to my main screen. It's still RWBY. It's still RWBY. So But yeah. So guys. That's what I want with Bumblebee. I want there to be conflict. I want there to be friction. I want them to fight. I want them to flesh out their relationship. I know you shippers want them, but they have to work out their thing as friends first. And I want them to show that friendship is just as important, if not more important, than romantic relationships. They hold just as much power. So next, let's move on to Weiss and Ilya. So Weiss and Ilya are two sides of the same coin. That is Atlas. Weiss grew up rich and queen of the dust company, and she was a Schnee Dust Company heiress, and her parents, she had a big family, and blah blah blah. Opposed to Ilya, she was poor. She was not. Weiss is human. Ilya's the fondest. She has to work in the well. She went to Alice prep school, but her family worked in the mines. While his wife's Weiss's family owned the dust company. Um, Ilya's family worked for the dust company, so Well, Ilya's parents are dead, Weiss's parents are alive, but Ilya's parents were warm and loving, opposed to Weiss's family, which was cold and distant. Weiss has siblings, Ilya doesn't. They're just flipped, flip, flip, flip. Weiss has a rape, but they both have rapiers and ponytails, and they're from Alice. And I think they're going to do things with each other. Not romantically, but I wouldn't mind it. I think they might fight. Ilya might look at Blake a different way. Like, hey, you friends with this Schnee. It's equivalent to being friends with Ivanka Trump. Like, let's just go there. Like, let's say you're friends with Ivanka Trump and you're like, oh, and actually, let's say you're friends with a friend who's friends with Ivanka Trump. And you're like, hey, you proudly be like, yeah, your family's kind of messed up. Like, why did I die? Your family's kind of messed up. So, but then, Ivanka Trump's like, no, that's just my dad. Blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it's kind of like that. So, you know, it's gonna be interesting to see how they interact, like how she's gonna view Weiss, how Weiss is gonna have to fight for her redemption. Um, she's still gonna have to atone for her family's sins, and I think that's gonna be a big part of her arc moving forward. Now let's move on to Ruby and Oscar. Now Ruby and Oscar were developing a little bit of a it's not romance, but it's like friendship really closely, but I ship them so hard. I'm gonna twist it to my own freaking agenda. So I think Ruby and Oscar are going to get closer. I think they are going to fall in love. I'm just gonna say that. I want them to fall in love. I hope they fall in love. And but I here's where the drama's gonna come in. This is where Ozpin, the man behind the curtain, is going to get a little scared because people are saying, "Oh, he screws a 90-year-old man." And I feel this is what I see. Let's cut the bullshit for a second. This is what I don't like. I don't like when people twist Rose Garden for their own weird agenda to just make you not like it. Because on one hand, because Oscar is a little boy when it is convenient, and he is an old man when it is convenient. Like, when shipping him with Ruby, like, oh, he's an old man. Blah 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 blah. He's like thousands of years. That's some pedo stuff. Oh, but then on the other hand, you're like, oh, Oscar's just a small boy, so he can't be with anyone older. So it's like, pick one. Is he older or is he younger? I say Oscar and Ozpin are two separate people. Oscar, the boy, is just a boy. Well, he's not just a boy anymore, but he is, the boy, their age. Anyone around there is fair game. Ruby is like maybe 2 years older than him. While I guess the other people may be 4 because Ruby is 2 years younger than everyone else. So I guess he's 4 years younger than all the other kids on there, except Ruby, so he could date Ruby. But I mean, it's fine. It's fair. It's fine. I think they're gonna get closer. I think they're gonna have this. They're gonna either gonna have to bond over having the weight of the world on their shoulders with her silver eyes and him being Ozpin, the new headmaster, the leader of this whole thing, the wizard. They're going to have to share this tremendous burden, but it's also that connection because Oz now he might have some memories of her mother and like, oh, maybe it wouldn't even happen. So it's like he has to keep secrets from her about really. Because Ozpin, I believe, has some shady things in mind with Summer, like what had really happened to her. And I think once they have fallen in love and they have this great love story, then that's when we're gonna see, Oscar becoming less and less Oscar and more Ozpin. And eventually, the man that she falls in love with is going to disappear, and she's going to end up resenting and hating Ozpin for it. Maybe. Let's see. And then also, Oscar is going to break her exterior. Oscar is going to break Ruby's he did for a second. Volume 5, gonna break her happy-go-lucky exterior of everything's okay, we just have to push on. Haha, you'll be combat ready in no time. and acting like everything is okay, but girl, sis, it's not. Like, people are trying to kill us. Like, the world's gonna die. Like, you know, the fate of the world is depending on your damn eyes. Like, come on. Like, that's really an Oscar. And what are the other relationships I want to focus on? Yeah, Yang and Tai, and a little bit of Crow. And Volume 6, because the cliffhangers are all, most of the time, they're not always relevant already. But, excuse me, maybe they'll work in what they did, like in Volume 4 and 5, where the stinger for Volume 4 is in Volume 5. But, hopefully that's the case. Hopefully that is the case. But, so I think that may happen. So I think, like, Raven and Tai are going to come back into the larger story and maybe protect their daughter. Like, he's going to portal them. He's going to portal Tai to his girls, and they're all going to, fight for truth and justice and ring. Raven is going to start her redemption arc, so to speak. But, I mean, that's fine. That's great. And there's going to be a lot of, what actually happened. Maybe get a Team Struck backstory, or, kind of focus on what went wrong in their relationship. I personally think that I don't think they were that in love, so to speak. Maybe I think that Tai had a bit of a crush on Raven, but I don't necessarily think Raven had the hots for Tai. I think Raven kind of just got her rocks off and oops, I'm pregnant. You know what I mean? Because people are like, just because people are in love and have babies don't necessarily mean they're married. Like, people all the time are like, oh, Tai married this one girl, she died, and she left, and then she married someone. Like, she had to get married. And with Summer, like, Raven could have left, and they could have been drinking at the bar, and, having some shots, and Summer looked good, Summer was hot, Summer was looking like Little Caesars, all hot and ready, and Tai became Little Caesars too, hot and ready, and he put the pepperoni and the cheese, and Ruby is here, but Ruby likes cookies, not pizza. Anyway, cookie pizza. Ruby would like cookie pizza. Anyway, maybe we'll get a semi-Stark reunion. You can never truly have a Stark reunion because Summer's dead, or is she? But no, she's dead. They said she's dead. So you're never gonna have like all four of them together again. But I guess Ruby counts because she's Summer's daughter. She looks so much like her. So I guess if you have Crow, Ruby, Raven, and Tai, you have Stark. In spirit, I guess. Anything else that I want to happen? It looks like it's just gonna be the journey to Atlas, so hopefully. But I mean, like, why doesn't it just be like, hey, General Ironwood, let me in. My sister's there, my family's there. I think Weiss is going to be a big factor into getting into Atlas. But also, I think the villains are going to play a part. Adam Tor's character short is coming out. I don't want to make too much speculation on Adam. I think pretty sure he's going to join Salem. But I'm glad we're going to get into his backstory, and hopefully we'll get him back to that cool, mysterious badass he was back in the volumes 1 and 2, and really make him that cool, interesting character that is justified, but is, hopefully we'll get that. I don't like crazy ex-boyfriend, jealous boyfriend Adam. Not my thing, not my style, not my taste. I don't like it, the shit. Yeah, so that's pretty much that's Adam. Emerald and Mercury. Emerald and Mercury have two roads today. They're either going to go deeper down the darkness now, but there's no cinder, there's nowhere to guide them. I will make a separate theory on them. I just want to briefly speak on it. Or Emerald and Mercury will be redeemed and try to join the good guys, but because Cinder was their only reason for staying. But now that there's Cinder, now that their mother, in a sense, is gone, where what do they do? Where do they go? Hazel. Like, I feel like the villains are like gonna be like too freaking scared to go back to Salem. So they're gonna be like, look, we can't go back to Salem. We have to go get that relic. And then Salem's like, I don't have any lieutenants. I only have freaking Tyrion. So Tyrion and I really want some like humanoid monster Grimm. That's really what I want, or like Grimm people, like kind of like homunculi. Like if you watch Full Metal Alchemist, that's what would be so freaking cool. Like people that could be a Grimm that could be shaped, like shape shift into people, or like other type of Grimm like people that are like Salem but are like her generals, or like army of that. I want that. That sounds awesome. Hopefully I'll get it. Maybe I won't. So maybe she'll have to send some more special forces their way. She does have Watts. She has Watts and she has Tyrion. But Hazel and Cinder got beat. So yeah. So maybe they'll come in with it. Or maybe we'll be a little lax on the Salem Team Witch stuff. Maybe we'll get new villains that aren't Salem. I wouldn't mind if we had other threats that were not Salem White Fang. Maybe take a break for them so they could go scheme in the corner and come back stronger than ever in Volume 7. Maybe Volume 6, something else is happening. But I don't know. Because getting there, I don't know. Because when they've done getting their things before, and when Team Ranger was getting there was a bunch of like danger and things, but it was mainly due to things like it was mainly the threat of Salem. Tyrion was after them. That was their big thing. That's what was dangerous. And you did have the bandits in the villages and everything, which I guess you could deal with. I guess maybe there's other bandit tribes. Maybe there's other factions of evil people doing nefarious things. You know. You know. So hopefully that's what the villain angle is gonna go. But yeah, and then I hope everyone goes. I hope Team Juniper goes. I hope Team RWBY goes. I hope Team Sun does not have to go, but I would like him to go. I would like Sun and Ilya to go. So Team RWBY, the rest of Team Juniper. I hope Ilya joins Team Juniper and then Sun. Maybe his team, I don't know, that may be too cramped, and then Crow and Oscar. That's gonna be a big freaking team there. So I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do this whole getting to Atlas thing. But hopefully it works. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Those are my Rewind 6 predictions. This has been Maxwell Comics Inc. I'm your host, Sir Maxwell. May the power protect you. Goodbye, people. Stop.